ISOs.
Yeah, there's a healthy dose of Jalen Suggs ISOs at the end of this game. One of them did go in.
How many points does he have? Like 20 points this quarter? Like, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Like, he's earned the right to ISO. I mean, Ty Jerome throws it up from half court if he's made one shot. So
it's true.
All right, can anyone hit a three on the Magic? Drawing up for KCP.
Whoa, Here it is.
Suggs?
Nope.
Oh, that looked good.
See, you don't even have to foul up 3 against Orlando.
Going against the Bucks.
Oh, never mind. Incorrect call. Not a horrible look.
That was a good look.
Yeah. It's a tough shot, but considering today's NBA where you have to assume that they might try to foul you, you got a clean look.
Yeah.
It's a good game for Orlando.
It's tough to not get that foul, like to get the foul off right away when you're in the half court. It's a lot easier when you have to go full court, and the Cavs would always have to go full court because JB would like use his timeouts with like 1:45 and 1:20 left, and you're like, what are we doing here? Giannis at the line. It's not over yet. And Magic's still for timeout.
Yeah. Let's see what he's got. Does he have ice in his veins at the free throw line? He could take, a couple. He could inch forward a little bit. It's kind of a deep free throw.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Giannis wants to go to Vegas.
He wants to hang out with me. Who can blame him?
MVP chance.
Thank you, Dan.
36 points. Yeah, no Franz, no Paolo. It's just brutal for them. Was Franz still wearing his regular warm-up, though? Was he even wearing street clothes? He just showed up with his uniform on?
Maybe.
Doesn't have the Bruce Brown cowboy fit.
He doesn't. Not everyone can pull that off.
Yeah. All right. That should do it.
We got to have another timeout.
Never seen a 5-point play where Karis LeVert wasn't playing defense. So,
well, that was was it a 7-point possession?
Yeah, because it was like a
flagrant
on a 3-point shot, and they get the ball back, and then he fouled him on the 3-pointer again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the 4-point play plus the 3 free throws. Yeah, I think Mavs OKC might already be starting because when the stream starts itself at 9:30, and they were doing the national anthem for OKC, and then I switched back to this, so hopefully we'll get like a seamless transition here. Sometimes they go back to the TNT guys.
Basketball. We can.
They're playing. They're playing. Yeah, we might as well switch.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're playing.
Come back. Yeah, go ahead and switch it. I'm gonna grab. Watch. My lighting's about to be so much better. I'm gonna bring another light in here. I didn't have time. I wanted to catch the end of that game. Dan's gonna get to see the famous wall while I'm gone.
Goodbye, Tony. I'm glad. Yeah. The wall's great. It's like, it's a different lighting this time. So you get like a different nuances. Like you see, right in its purity, like on the right, you see the shadows going away. It's like a modern art piece, So I'm glad that you get to see this, Stan.
Look at that. Now I'm no longer shrouded in darkness. There's a little better lighting. It's not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Jackson doesn't want to watch the TNT broadcast. Well, I guess we switched over from the TNT to the local. Yeah. Yeah, no PJ Washington. It's a really long injury report for both teams, but there's basically no one notable out. No offense to any of those guys. PJ Washington's like the only guy who's really notable. See what Luka can do tonight. It's a really good Thunder defense right on cue. Look at the Thunder defense, making me look smart.
Well, it's
great defensive possession.
They've given up 9 points in 3 minutes, so
it was still really good defense on that possession.
Yeah, I mean they are
best
they
defense in the NBA.
I haven't seen as much Thunder games as I would like to. I feel like I've seen a lot of Mavs games, but looking at the stats, they're a middle of the road offense, which is kind of weird. So, the defense is what's allowed them to have like the best point differential in the NBA. So that's definitely something to, you can see why the defense is just so active. I think this is like when people talk about having like all wings, like this is the kind of defense that they hope to get, but no one else does it like the Thunder do.
Yeah, not even the Celtics have a defense this dynamic, this many legit ball stoppers like Lou Dort, J-Dub, Cason Wallace, SGA even. They're all elite perimeter defenders. And then you get Chet Holmgren when he's healthy, great shot blocker. Isaiah Hartenstein when he's out there like he is right now, really, really good interior defender. Pretty switchable too. Like, he's not a liability at any point. So just a great team.
They had to work so hard to get Luka the ball there, and then there was an offensive foul on the screen. Yeah.
I mean, look at this. He was in the torture chamber that whole possession.
I think we've met our quota for torture chamber.
Okay, we got it out the way early, I guess.
Yeah, we got it out of the way. I do like
that nickname though.
I know.
Solid nickname.
I think that's one of those nicknames that like always looks better like written out than it does like actually like spoken.
I don't know. I kind of like both, but to each their own. I think it's a good nickname. But yeah, the Thunder offense not really being elite is a little not concerning, but surprising. I think they'll end up top 10 probably, but I don't know because they have so many options. And SGA is a legit superstar. When you're that good on defense and you have even an average offense, though, you're the best team in the West. You're pretty dang good. Yeah,
I mean, they're not like the Magic in terms of offense.
Oh yeah, right? They have some legit firepower.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, they do have a lot of what I would categorize as like fake good shooters. Like last year they had like good, like I would call Isaac Okoro a fake good shooter. Like the numbers would suggest he's a good shooter, but like no one's closing out hard on him. Like you're going to live with him, trying to win the game from the 3-point line. And I think that's kind of a lot of the guys that the Thunder have, especially like your guy Dort.
Dort is definitely a fake shooter, but I would say everyone, all of their other fake good shooters are much better shooters than Okoro.
I mean, SGA's not a good 3-point shooter. Like he's a good offensive player.
He's just phenomenal everywhere else.
Shooter.
But J-Dub's a good shooter. Blue Dort's a little bit of a fake good shooter, but Cason Wallace can knock it down. Like I said, J-Dub. They got guys off the bench who can shoot. They don't have an elite motion shooter, so that makes it a little different.
They pass the eye test because they play like the Celtics. They just don't hit the same shots that the Celtics do, or as relentlessly as the Celtics do. So like they play the right way. It's just not like they're just not nearly like that good at it.
They have a bunch of like Drew Holiday caliber shooters, but they don't have any Jason Tatums or Jaylen Browns as far as 3-point shooting goes. Is Drew Holiday a good comparison? Because he's a really good shooter, but he's not like you're not really worried about him dropping like 8 threes in a game on you.
Well,
Udort back-to-back threes.
I don't know. I think that Jrue Holiday graduated out of that. I think like Jrue Holiday from like the Bucks is kind of like I get
too good.
He's a little too good. I get what you're saying, but like, okay, let me look at so.
Yes, also, while you're looking for that, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here. Looking forward to this game. If you're not already a member, go ahead and follow us on Playback. If you're on YouTube, come over to Playback. You can watch the game along with us. Don't forget to hit follow. Become a member. We have had a lot of fun doing these streams. We want to keep coming back, get the chat going. So thank you all for being here.
Yes, like SGA's 33% 3-point shooter. Jalen Williams 39%. Like Alex Caruso 27%. Cason Wallace 30%. So like, you know,
that's worse than I would have thought, honestly.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're like, they have guys who like they pass the eye test as good shooters and they don't hesitate and stuff like that, but they're not actually like good shooters. Like if you look at pull up the team stats real quick, but like they are 19th in 3-point shooting. So 35%. But like 3-point frequency, they're a little higher. They're like 14. So, you know, they look like they should be like a functioning offense. They do the things you want a good offense to do. They're just not like, they just don't have the shooters. Yeah, so coming into this game
is crazy.
First in point differential, 8th in offense, 1st in defense. So, you know, like the offense isn't.
So they are 8th in offense?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, they're getting it done. Should have kept Giddey. I don't know about that.
Do not get me started.
Well, is he a Bulls fan?
Yes.
Is that maybe why? Yeah, that's probably why he wanted them to keep Giddey.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Bulls fan, obviously you'd want them to keep Giddey because Giddey sucks.
Slob wizard. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Cavs,
of the craziest John Hollinger tweets.
The Cavs are 3rd in offense, 9th in defense currently. I feel like this timeout's lasting 45 minutes.
Should we switch to the TNT broadcast, or do you guys like the in-arena stuff?
One thing I was concerned about the TNT broadcast is that
other people might not be able to see it. Would the chat be able to see it because it's a national broadcast?
I think they would be able to see it, but they kept showing like the coach and minimizing the screen, and you can't minimize the screen when it's a minimized screen. So we can take it over there, but that was kind of my
damn.
It doesn't matter to me. Okay, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, I know League Pass blacks out the national TV games. So if anyone's in here with the regular League Pass account, they might not be able to see it. But we do have some VIPs that we can give out. The game's over, guys. All right, that's gonna do it.
Oh, looks like we're done. See you guys later. Early.
Okay. Demo prefers the in arena. We can switch back and forth, I guess. We can.
But I think Reggie Miller. I'm pretty sure the TNT still does the. They don't go to like the commercials.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I also don't have strong feelings, Demo. So whatever works.
I just have to keep moving our faces because like the score bugs are in different
spots, keeps moving. So. Yeah, it's killing me.
Huh.
I usually have the broadcast feed very low volume, but just there in the background.
Yeah, I have to have it. You know, you never know when Brad's going to say something dumb that you have to respond to.
Yeah. Klay Thompson running off the backboard. He's been not great in Dallas, which I'm not surprised by. He's looked washed up for a couple years now.
He's like the opposite of Russell Wilson.
Going to pull up his stats here, but he's been washed. Wilson's? Even when they won the championship, he looked pretty washed up.
Yeah,
so he's averaging 13 points per game, and he's shooting 36% from the 3-point line, which is, not good by Clay standards. 38% from the floor, which is very bad. 43% on 2-pointers. Can't really do much but spot up and shoot.
That's tough.
Like right here. He can still do that.
Boom.
He can still do
Take that, Tony.
All right, let's see him go to the basket without banking it in from in front of the rim. 3 or 4 tonight, though. Maybe he'll prove us wrong.
You're just a 3-point shooter hater. That's in your Sam Merrill takes.
Clay is still capable of putting up points in a hurry. It's just he can't do it nearly as consistently as he used to.
I mean, the Warriors always sucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we still get the in-arena broadcast. So I'm talking about a lot of timeouts.
Yeah.
They're going to run out of entertainment. There's been so many timeouts.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in his prime, I think his shot selection was pretty good in his prime. I mean, if you have to rely on a lot of mid-range shots and you're not like an off the dribble guy, it's tough. So like, coming off of curls and screens to hit a mid-range shot, like that's not like super helpful either. So it's more helpful for like somebody who can attack the basket and still has like off the dribble juice. So, but yeah, it is. I think the biggest thing with Clay is that the defense is so bad because he
used to be a two-way guy.
Right. I think he was a little overrated as a two-way guy. But he was still, still good.
I think maybe because Kyrie and LeBron would consistently destroy him, it maybe skewed our perception of it.
Well, I think that like people talked about him like he was like one of the very best defenders in the league as opposed to like a very good defender. So that's where I think some of the issues were. And I think probably undersold how good Draymond Green was in his prime. So, and like Andre Iguodala, I mean, he wasn't in his prime by that point, but like how good of a defender he was even at that age, like how switchable Harrison Barnes was. Like they kind of just had guys at every position. Yeah. If you can't stop LeBron, I mean, you must suck. So, I mean, see the Toronto Raptors, who we established yesterday, have always sucked. So
long line of guys who have tried to stop him from Toronto, even PJ Tucker, OG Anunoby. OG, did I call him OJ? OG Anunoby, Damari Carroll. A lot of guys tried. Lance Stevenson tried for a minute there.
Yeah,
he tried everything.
So I think that a lot of what Clay was able to do inside was because you had to close out so hard for him on the 3-point line. Like obviously he lost a lot of athleticism and stuff, which really hurts going inside. But like you had to just close out so hard that like, you're going to give something up. So I think when you don't have that threat of him being like, like prime Clay was like, if he's open, he's making the shot. Or like if you give him an inch of daylight, he's making the shot because he would take some insanely contested shots. So I think that's where a lot of that comes in. And when he's just not hitting those open shots, you're not, scared of him the same way. But yeah, I mean, obviously, he hasn't aged gracefully. I think we can all agree on that.
Injuries definitely played a big role in that too.
Yeah. And most people aren't good as long as like Steph, LeBron, and KD are. So his like career curve is more normal than, some of the other guys that he's, compared to because, they're just one of ones.
It's very smart for Max Strus to possibly come back versus the Wizards. What do you guys anticipate he'll look being used in the new offense on Friday? Most likely expecting a minutes restriction. Yeah, he'll probably be on some sort of minutes restriction. I do think he's going to look fantastic. out there at assuming he starts being the starting small forward. Even if he comes off the bench, I think he's going to look so good in this motion offense where everyone's involved. Great shooter. I know, listen, the efficiency doesn't really match that, but he's such a volume shooter. He has such good instincts for getting himself open away from the ball that he's one of the best off-ball players in the NBA. And then you add the growth that he had last year, being able to attack closeouts, create stuff off the dribble, get to the rim, and play make for the bigs. Like, I think he's just going to be a seamless fit for the Cavs. And he's also a pretty good defender. Like, I can't wait to see him out there. And Washington is a good game for him to kind of ease himself back into it.
There's Alex Caruso's like 20-something% three-point shooting.
Yeah. Hey, man, but he makes them even better on defense, which is just like, it's like an embarrassment of riches.
There we go again.
Defense.
Bang.
Another brick. Hey, keep getting the rebounds, though.
Give it to him. Let him cook. He's not going to miss three in a row.
One more. Okay. See, that's where Shea just kind of lifts everything up. Even if you don't have the best shooters around him, he raises that floor so high.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly enjoy Shea's game, but he's very good.
A little bit of a grifter, but
yeah, and just a lot of like mid-range shots. I don't know. He just doesn't do it for me, and that's fine.
I think the mid-range pull up, the like sneaky, he's so fast, and it doesn't really seem like it. It's the acceleration is crazy. So when he gets downhill all the way to the rim, he's a lot of fun. The pull-up mid-range is really silky smooth. Really fun to watch on defense. But yeah, the grifting, it can get pretty shameless.
Yeah, he just doesn't, I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me.
That's fair, you know. I'm not hating. Oh, see, this is what you're talking about. Yeah. Who wants to see this? We don't need to. You could just say Jason Kidd's on the mic. We don't need to actually see him. So glad that we saw Jason Kidd's blank reaction to that during the play. Also, broadcast kind of hyping up a pretty simple no look pass. Not trying to be a hater right now. That's back-to-back hating.
And it was a turnover.
They were hyping that up.
It was a turnover.
Yeah, that no look pass.
He threw it out of bounds,
and it wasn't even that. Like,
it wasn't. Yeah,
it was just a regular two-hand pass. Whoa, deep three from Shea.
Which he's not very good at those shots.
Oh, Caruso. They're getting a million rebounds.
Caruso says, "I'm not gonna miss three in a row." Yeah. I like Collinsworth. I'm sorry, guys.
I feel like no matter how many times Dinwiddie gets traded, he always ends up back to Dallas somehow. It's very strange.
Dinwiddie's Remember when he tried to take
with his contract?
He tried to crowdsource it. That was insane.
It was an investment. It's really weird.
I think LeBron could crowdsource his contract, like prime LeBron, but I'm pretty sure that's about it.
Yeah, it was there was some Bitcoin crypto stuff involved. I don't even know what
there was doing. A lot of stuff. Well, he first started a GoFundMe to whatever
he wanted fans to own ownership in him, and it was like a stock basically of the way he's playing. You'll get paid more. It was really weird. It's you're not. No offense, you're not good enough to try and start that trend.
And he's the reason why Luka's not on the Cavs. So
yeah.
And potentially LeBron James, but we don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about the Ants guy like that.
Yeah, they force so many turnovers. I'm pretty sure they're near the top of the league in forcing turnovers and getting out on the break. Just a lot of active defenders, great hands all over opposing ball handlers. Don't like that foul from Luka. Yeah, he kind of got bailed out that Shea missed that. It's a really dumb foul.
Yeah, and Dallas is a team. They're in the top 10 in turnover percentage for an offense, like the good way. So it's tough to force a lot of turnovers for a team that's like as ISO heavy as the Mavs are with Kyrie and Luka, which kind of makes it more impressive. Like that's kind of one of the things that the Cavs really, when they won a championship, the Warriors were a team that generated a lot of turnovers. The Cavs just played a lot of ISO ball, so they just never turned it over, which is an underrated thing. But the Thunder I think they're just a step above, from a defensive perspective, that they can just force turnovers on anybody.
Yeah. Najee Marshall having a really good season for Dallas. That was a nice shot from him earlier.
Caruso's not going to miss 6 threes in a row.
Yeah.
Reggie saying he only missed 2. That's a lie. I saw him miss at least 5.
Man, they're tough. They're forcing Luka into some really wild shots. I mean, I won't say forcing because he kind of just willingly takes those, but doing a damn good job on him.
Yeah, he just walked into that one. That was a dumb pass.
Aaron turnover too. He's wilding right now. I don't know what he's doing. He does not want to go to Vegas and potentially play an extra game on the schedule.
He doesn't want to hang out with me.
He's trying to get out of here. Yeah, I heard Jackson's going to be there.
Ooh.
I got to throw. Dang.
Should have watched the Bucks game. What were you thinking?
Hey, it's early.
I said let's watch the Bucks game. It should be fine.
You didn't say that.
I mean, you
didn't say that. We were in agreement. We thought that game was going to be boring. Yes. This game could still be pretty fun.
This game is still fun.
I thought
Dan, were you the one that told them?
It looked like a charge to me. Oh, did they call it on Shea? Oh, is that what happened?
Wow, Dan. I thought that we were friends. That's fine.
Luka is the laziest best player. I know Wendy really tore into him for that during the finals.
I have such a tough time because it's so hard carrying an offense 100%. And that's basically what he has to do. So it's you're going to give it up somewhere.
It's a good pass. Yeah, I mean, the hope is that you got Kyrie for that reason, but he still ends up carrying so much.
I mean, Kyrie's also 32. Kyrie is not young.
It's hard to tell with players like Luka and even James Harden. You think at 2018 Rockets and stuff like that, where they don't look like they're in shape, but sometimes guys are just built that way and they're in incredible shape. So it looks like Luka's gassed and out of energy, and then people make the fat jokes and stuff. Same thing with James Harden, but that dude's probably in really good shape. He's just carrying such a crazy load that anybody would be worn down. I think LeBron has the LeBron effect. Well, actually, that's not even the LeBron effect I was talking about. The LeBron effect where he's such a freak of nature athletically that he just never gets tired somehow. But also, that he raised their floor way too fast.
Well, and they just made a bunch of bad moves.
Luka and LeBron.
So.
Yeah. Better moves than first Cleveland Stiff LeBron era, though. They did build it around Luka much better than that, I'd say. Give credit where it's due.
Maybe.
I think the Kyrie move and drafting Derek Lively alone is more than the Cavs were ever able to accomplish.
Yeah, but they traded everything they had for Kristaps Porzingis, which was the big move. That was bad. And that didn't work out. And the Kyrie move, they got Kyrie for nothing, but they got Kyrie for nothing because he was sharing all the stuff about
they rehabilitated him, Jackson. They said you're no longer subscribed to InfoWars. We're checking your Amazon wish list once a week. Okay, we're making sure that who are you subscribed to on Spotify? What podcast are you listening to? And that's all they had to do. They pulled
just saying that they got him at nobody else wanted him, so
it was a desperation move, but it did pay off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks better now because it's they traded Kyrie for I think it was a protected first and something else. So
much.
Of course that was a good move, but at the time, like it seemed like at the time it was like nobody else wanted Kyrie.
Yeah.
So
well, they made some good like desperation moves, like picking up spare parts, whether it's Kyrie,
the deadline,
PJ Washington, Derrick Jones
Gafford.
Jr. I feel like Gafford. I was gonna say I feel like forgetting someone else. Gafford, even Najee Marshall.
Yeah,
they've done a decent job of hitting on the margins, but I don't know. I still feel like they're like missing something. I don't even know what it is because they do have depth at each position, like at reasonable depth, but it's like
they don't have any ball.
I feel like they need one more.
Like nobody can create.
You put Dinwiddie on there. You have Kyrie. You have Luka.
Dinwiddie is not a good basketball player anymore.
He's okay anymore. I can't speak on that. I honestly don't know how he's been playing this year.
I mean, just saying that, like you know, Dinwiddie is. Would you rather have Dinwiddie or Campaign? Like he's in like.
Well, I'll take Dinwiddie. I don't know if he's that bad. Like, he's not. I'm not gonna say he's good, but I think Campaign's pretty bad. We just watched him yesterday. He's pretty.
I don't think Campaign's good either, man. That's not what I'm trying to say. So, anyway,
yeah, but I think Dinwiddie's a lot better than that. Like Campaign's like barely in the league.
I mean, Dinwiddie's barely in the league.
I don't think so. I think he would be on another team pretty quickly if the Mavs didn't have him. Let me see his numbers. I'm going to be a box score watcher real quick just to try and get an idea because I don't think he's good. I want to be clear. I'm not saying the dude's incredible.
He's a bum.
Okay, so he's averaging 8 points per game. He's shooting 40% from the field, which isn't great. It's not letting me see his 3-point percentage. 38% from 3 on 4 attempts per game. Just about. It's not bad, 52% effective field goal percentage. He's not good, but he's averaging 8 points, 3 assists, 0.7 turnovers.
I just said
they don't. Great, but he's not
ball handlers, and you said they have Dinwiddie. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
well, they have Kyrie, they have Dinwiddie, they got
They need. When you look at
I don't know
like the other teams, when you look at the other teams that are good, everyone's able to handle the ball. Like we talked about, like we were just watching the Knicks game. Obviously, the Knicks are different because they have no good players. They just have a bunch of like decent players.
You can't just say that.
I just did.
Because then we have to. You're gonna make me defend the New York Knicks, and I don't want to have to do that.
Well, no one's making you do anything.
Here we go, Dinwiddie. Let's go. Bang. See, you don't know. I invested in his contract a couple years ago, so I'm kind of obligated to hype him up. You're bringing the market down, Jackson. This is called.
That's why you can't have a camera most games because you lost all your money in Dinwiddie crypto.
If you see me without the camera or my internet starts lagging, check Dinwiddie's recent stats, recent game logs.
Okay.
Look at this, Dinwiddie again. They fouled him.
Couldn't really tell you. My screen's very small right now.
Yeah.
We may need to switch over to the.
This is a little annoying. I don't get it.
Ooh. Get that weak stuff out of here.
Yeah. Man, everywhere. This defense. Hartenstein again, good contest. I think Hartenstein was a huge pickup for them. I know I'm not the only person to say that, but I also saw some people who thought he's overrated or anything. He's really good.
He's not overrated. He's good, yeah.
See, if we're going to put the camera on a coach, it has to be like a JB Bickerstaff or someone who's really adamant. He's yelling at the refs. He's getting into it. Jason Kidd has not given a single emotion at any point. The camera's been on him.
Well, they did this all like last game too with Doc, and you just heard him go,
"Hey!" At least, hey! That's better than just watching him stare at the court. But yeah, it's not good. They got to mic up the players and stop cutting out all the best moments.
I'm pretty sure Hartenstein didn't want to come back to the Cavs because of they just traded for Allen and drafted Evan Mobley. So like Hartenstein was not a proven rotation NBA player when he was with the Cavs. So
he did flash some that playmaking really popped, I thought, with him.
Oh yeah,
in Cleveland,
he
but
had some
nothing
good
else.
moments. But like he wasn't going to get a real NBA contract, like he was going to get an NBA contract. He was going to be an NBA player, but he wanted to be somewhere where he could showcase his skills, and you weren't going to do that. They had Kevin Love still.
Yeah.
I mean, even at that time, they didn't have Larry Markkinen yet, but they had like Larry Nance Jr. still. So there was a lot of guys in front of him on like a bad team. So like you never want to be like, oh, why is this guy buried on like a bad team? Obviously the Cavs turned out to be good, whatever. But that's what led to it. So
Dinwiddie. Dude, the resolution of my camera is about to improve next stream.
Okay.
I'm getting a brand new 1080p. It's gonna be crazy. We might be able to afford like some VR stuff for you guys. Playing like this.
Yeah, you're gonna next time Tony's gonna have like the Oculus headset. No one's gonna know what he's doing, but he'll be
This
here.
wall isn't gonna be empty anymore, I'll tell you that much.
It's
gonna be a Dinwiddie jersey back there, framed. Jackson, how do you feel about the Kevin Love reunion rumors? And by rumors, I mean people tweeted about it.
I mean, I would love Kevin Love. We've made that clear.
I might zigzag here because honestly, I don't think it really makes that much sense anymore.
No,
if we're keeping George Niang,
it doesn't.
People, no, it's not.
People on Cavs
Twitter
people tweeting, because of the Jimmy Butler thing.
I don't like. Everyone knows where I am as far as
you know. People want Jimmy on the Cavs.
I did see. I saw a few people saying that. I don't think he's not the one to swing for at this stage in his career, and
he's on an expiring.
We can talk about Jimmy in that rumor in a second, but as for Kevin Love, everyone knows that I think the Cavs botched that situation. They shouldn't have, it shouldn't have ended that way. They could have used him.
Thank you.
That was like 3 years ago, though. So I don't know if they really, I don't know if I'm that interested in bringing him back at this point. The vibes would be immaculate, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it gives you some added depth there in a backup big, but he's not good defensively. He never was good defensively, but he's gotten a lot worse.
Yeah, but he's a good rebounder. We talked about that so much. That helps when you're talking about
if it's a buyout situation, sure.
Yeah, what do you think they're gonna do? Like trade?
Well, people said trade. Yeah, like trade George Niang. This is blasphemous to say. I would rather have Niang at this point. But it's.
I mean,
back
the difference
a year or
would be
two ago.
If you're trading and getting rid of Niang's contract, that would be a huge win, honestly. For $8 million,
I guess you could, yeah.
So
you can make that argument. Still, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking myself back into it live, but when I saw it, I was like, I don't really know if it makes that much sense at this stage anymore. But especially if you get him for a buyout, then sure.
He's shooting 38% from 3.
That's good.
33% from 2.
Well,
he's taking 2.5 a game, so it's not like he's taking a lot.
Yeah, he's not playing like a huge role in Miami anymore. He's continued to decline as a player, but
yeah, well, I mean, he's an old guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying no hate. He's a future Hall of Famer. The dude helped bring a championship here. I'll take him back for the vibes for sure. I think if I'm just imagining the scenario where Dean Wade's hurt, George Niang sucks. Great beard. George Niang is sucking. Wade's hurt. Tristan Thompson can't play. Could Kevin Love give us some stuff? Yeah. So you know what? In that scenario, I definitely see it. Well, this is a blowout, by the way. Do you see this 7-1? It was 6-0 for a second there. Man.
Speaking of Kevin Love's beard, the year after LeBron left, they did because I had like a partial season ticket holder plan. So they let you they have like a season ticket holder event every year at the beginning of each year, and they let people just take pictures with the players. And I got my picture with Kevin Love, and I told him
that was so close. I'm sorry.
I wasn't paying attention. And I told Kevin Love his beard was inspirational. And he just looked at me like I was insane. So
did you see that replay? That thing was on the money. Just hit the back of the rim.
But would he have won?
Money, I don't know.
And look at me now.
That beard was inspirational.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good stuff.
It's a good picture. But they made you they paired a good player with they made you take pictures with multiple people at a time. So I had my picture with Kevin Love and Ante Zizic, but I leaned really close to Kevin Love like this, and cut Ante Zizic out. So I felt like a bad person, but
it's great.
It's
Ante Zizic mentioned. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I got my picture also I got a picture because they had all the rookies together that year. So I have a picture with a 12-year-old Darius Garland, Kevin Porter Jr., Dylan Windler, and there was another rookie in there too. I need to find these pictures.
I have a picture with Matthew Dellavedova. He did a meet and greet thing when I was in, I think it was my freshman or sophomore year of high school. So
was that
a very bad picture?
I know they did a bunch of stuff after the 2016 finals. Was it after that?
No. It was before that. I was a junior when they won, going into my senior year when they won. So it was before that. This was before LeBron even came back.
Oh, okay.
I remember he said he liked my Cavs jacket, and then we took a picture together, and that was it. He played someone. There was not that many people there, honestly. It was kind of cold, and it was outdoors. And it was just in the back of this building. And then he played a fan in Pig, and it was a random raffle. And unfortunately, whoever the fan was, did not play basketball ever at all. So it didn't really make for a very interesting game. Delhi was doing layups, and they weren't. The game was over already.
That's kind of weird.
But it was cool.
All right, I found the pictures. You can't
great quality.
Really me and Kevin.
I don't know if I can find this picture of me and Delhi. I would love to.
Me and young DG, Kevin Porter Jr. and Dylan Windler. You're missing out on this.
You look like one of the players.
I mean, I was older than them.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a first. I was just hating on the AirPods yesterday. These headphones are about to die. I didn't charge them, so I'm gonna have to switch the AirPods,
which are also gonna die. But maybe
also gonna die. But here's the thing: these are gonna get put on the charger, and I'm gonna put the AirPods in, and we're gonna get to the finish line. I'm gonna switch them right now. You get to see the wall again.
Dan, you're not talking about the wall. I don't like it there's too much light on the wall now. Exactly.
Was it echoing? I didn't realize the audio started coming out of my computer.
I think it was fine.
Okay.
We did lose 2 viewers, so they might have.
Man!
They said the echoing.
They're Android users.
This guy showing pictures from his Instagram, from his phone.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Well, if anyone's in here, I'm looking right now. We got one visitor. Someone up, they left. I was gonna say someone who's not subscribed, who's not following us. Oh man, everything's dying. Well, I gotta plug my MacBook charger into. This one's right next to the computer. I just didn't have it plugged in.
So unprofessional.
Yeah. You know what? That one was my bad. I take the blame for that one.
I mean, who else are you going to blame? These are all on you.
Sometimes Apollo knocks cords out. It could have been him, but he is blameless today.
Don't blame Apollo. Don't you dare. I mean, it was his birthday 3 weeks ago. Can't do that.
Thanksgiving.
which was like 3 weeks ago.
Happened to fall. Yeah, it happened to fall on Thanksgiving this year. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. Even though I think you mentioned their rankings earlier, but yeah, both teams in the top 10 for offense and defense.
Mark Daigneault has weird vibes. I don't know if you get that from him or not, but he just gives me like weird vibes. Like, I don't know, man.
He's not passing your vibe check.
He is not. I've never covered a Thunder game. I think that's like the only team that I haven't covered. So maybe I'll report back when I actually see him in person.
Oh, yeah, because they played the Thunder like really early last year.
Yeah. Yeah, and they haven't played him yet this year. So, yeah, I think that's the only team I haven't seen.
Not passing Jackson's vibe check.
Yeah.
This looks like an offensive foul to me, right?
Yeah, that's definitely an offensive foul. It seems like they could have wrapped this up already. Like, offensive foul.
Yeah.
Send it the other way.
They could have.
It took them. It took them like half a second to make the first call.
Well, since we're here, Jimmy Butler to the Cavs. I'm out.
How bold of you?
A little bit. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay, you're very laggy for me. I think it's me though. I think it's on my end.
Okay. I can hear you. Yeah, now you're frozen. Yeah, your face is just. Maybe try to just refresh. Spencer didn't, but he hasn't hit a shot in a couple minutes, so this could be the reason. And is he going to blame Apollo for this? No.
Is he good now? No.
Hold on. Just hold on a second. That's insane.
Wow, that call stood?
Yeah. Insane.
Horrible call. Brother. As John Michael would say.
Oh, brother.
Awful call. What's the point of going to a replay review if you're going to say that's... Like, come on, man. Even if you're going to say it's not an offensive foul, how is it a foul on the Thunder?
Yeah.
He's straight up.
When John Michael says, oh, brother, he's like completely lost it. Oh, mercy. That's like
that's a good one.
I think he broke that one out during like that Hornets game from 2022. Where they called the continuation foul. Yeah. Was that on Rajon Rondo? Who like
I don't remember who.
No, it was on Darius Garland
because the Cavs were on the bench.
Yes, because he like fouled him from the bench or something, and the play was over, and then they counted the shot. They said, "That's good." Kevin Love was like losing his mind.
Dude.
Like, Brandon Goodwin, I think hit like a game winner or something like that. Not a game winner, but like a game sealing shot.
That's what it was. We were just talking about this game recently. I think when I did the solo stream when they played Charlotte, and I was trying to remember the specifics of that, and I forgot that we ended up winning.
Yes.
Or was that a different Hornets game when Brandon Goodwin?
I think Brandon Goodwin had 2 Hornets games. Because he had a Hornets game at home.
Was crazy.
Yeah.
Prosper. It's balling. I'm completely unfamiliar with this game. I'll be honest with you. Oh, here we go.
At least he's saying something.
Prosper's prospering. Dude, they're trading threes. This is a pretty good shooting game for both teams right now. Yeah, that was a better coach game, I will say. At least he was, showing some emotion.
Yeah,
Whew. Still think we would be better off just putting a mic on them. No, uncensored. Let's hear what they're saying to each other on the court. Wow, this is wild. Back and forth. Oh, to the corner. Oh man,
that was
just cost me some money right there. That could have been a Dinwiddie 3. 16 made threes between the two teams.
See, that's some bad vibes. I don't know. Probably when they went to the replay review, they said, we got this one wrong, but we don't like that guy's vibes. Unsuccessful challenge. I saw, Brandon Goodwin, one of the first people that I, interviewed covering charge games. Very nice guy. I asked him a lot of really dumb questions. So shout out to me.
He honestly played pretty well in that, like all things considered, when they were forced to turn to him, he didn't do too bad.
Well, that was also when they were doing like point jetty.
Yeah.
Maybe the point jetty experience is what turned JB against him.
Maybe.
I can't.
He was really let down.
Which is understandable. That was way off. That's such a tough shot. Not one you really want.
Tim Frazier, wow.
Who's a 20-something% 3-point shooter. You were paying attention earlier.
There you go. Get something to the basket.
Was Brandon Goodwin a Cavalier of the day in the summer?
I feel like he was, but I don't know.
I thought he was. You guys were missing out if you weren't checking out the random Cavalier of the day in the summer.
They were fun.
Yeah. Except for it, then I would spend hours researching stuff, and I'm like, I can't be doing this. It's August. Nobody reads this.
Another three.
They just play the right way, and if you have their level of defense, just playing the right way is going to be good enough to win a million games. And I think what they do that like other teams don't do, like by other teams I'm talking about like the other defensive first teams like the Rockets and Magic, is that they just get so many turnovers that it just creates so much easy offense.
I typed in random Cavalier of the day, Brandon Goodwin, and the AI overview says Brandon Goodwin was once named random Cavalier of the day by Cup of Cavs for his performance against the New Orleans Pelicans. Goodwin scored 20. They said Goodwin with an abbreviation scored 21 points in the game. Good-win.
Okay, it was
21 points in the game, leading the team and scoring off the bench. He also had 12 points in the fourth quarter. Here's some more information about Brandon Goodwin. October baby, born October 2nd.
People forget.
4 days before me, 3 years, 4 days before me. He played college basketball for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles and the UCF Knights. Nothing else too exciting, honestly. But yeah,
I'm glad that
was named Cup of the Cavs random Cavalier of the day.
I'm glad that we're able to feed the Google AI monster.
Yeah, we're training it with our Cavs stories.
With our
that was you wrote that one September 9th. I found it.
That was a good one.
Oh,
see, I never saw that meme. I feel like I follow a very boring corner of Cavs Twitter.
In order to see those memes, you have to go to like when the Cavs social media page posts like Cavs win.
Oh,
You go to the replies; they're all there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, that's where
I do remember that was a
that's
good
where the
win.
kids, the
That's where the
kids
kiddos hang out. Hey, I'm in there sometimes, finding memes. Yeah, or the opponent's post. That's actually probably even more.
Yeah, it is.
When they post their L, you just lost to the power of friendship.
I know that the little point that Darius Garland had to the Knicks bench in like 2021 gets used a lot, and also the Cavs haven't beat the Knicks since that little point to the bench. So
it's not true.
It's not true, this year. It may be true.
It felt like it though. It felt like it. They had a nice feel good win this year.
They did. That was a feel good win.
But yeah, outside of that, it felt like it had been a while. Cavalier legend at the free throw line. Oh,
potentially.
Brick.
I mean, if
Chad doing the flexing pose, that's funny. Oh,
they're just so. They're just attacking him so much.
Yeah. I mean, he went from Isaiah Joe harassing him to Lou Dort switching right on him. And it's like they don't.
Alex Caruso digging and getting back in time and stuff.
Yeah.
So tough.
No room to breathe.
Literally. You see, you just have such limited like other creation out there.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I mean, Najee Marshall, though. Yeah,
yeah,
but still, I know what you mean. He's not really the guy that you want to have creating.
When the Cavs play the Mavs this year, I'm gonna ask Jason Kidd why he doesn't play Spencer Dinwiddie more because he's so good.
All right, Clay's having a pretty solid game in the minutes that we've been paying attention, at least.
Or maybe if the Mavs win, I can ask Jason Kidd in Vegas.
Ask Kyrie when he's coming back. Sure, he'll give you a good quote.
Kyrie was
the jersey's untucked.
Break.
Caruso 3.
Yeah, the investors would like to know. The investor. I don't think.
Yeah, the single investor.
Yeah. They just recover so fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's winning possession right there.
Jeez.
Dort. I respect Kevin Harlan getting so excited when nobody expected that to go in.
I mean, he's fooled by the fake good shooters.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of like eighth hole hitters trying to get a hit up there, Like these guys are like just at the Mendoza line.
Pretty solid first half though.
It feels like the Thunder are up by like 50. They're just making everything so hard for the Mavs.
Lively's made some boneheaded plays in the role there. He had Kyrie wide open in the corner, and then a few plays ago he had, I think, Najee Marshall wide open in the corner, and he just kind of got tunnel vision on the roll. Step back 3. Yeah, they slapped the floor on defense every possession. Just elite perimeter defenders. I remember last year when they played the Cavs and Darius had like 12 turnovers, it felt like, and I think 3 of them were just the worst turnovers you've ever seen in your life. I won't even give the Thunder that much credit because there were just Darius was just like handing the ball over to them a couple of times. It was really rough.
Yeah. That was
what?
That was the worst game I've seen Darius play.
Yeah, we've come a long way. He's averaging per 36 the fewest turnovers of his career right now, which is really good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, he's playing good.
Do you want to talk about these Cavs grades that were on Twitter today? Because there's a couple things that I found interesting.
Okay, what did you find interesting? I actually didn't look at anything you posted on Twitter.
Well, I'll go ahead and give you some of the info here. I would say to no surprise. Well, let me start off by
people voted
people
on
in the chat if you're curious. No. I just asked them to vote, or just asked them
that
to
people vote
me.
on them.
I didn't ask them to vote. I asked them to just send what they would. How would you grade each member of the core four?
Okay.
So most people, Darius Garland and Evan Mobley were the two who had the highest grades. Makes sense. Fair enough. Jared Allen had the lowest grade, which was expected.
Yeah.
A lot of people were pretty low on Donovan Mitchell. I was very surprised. Now don't get me wrong, he got plenty of A's, but a lot of people gave him like a C. Some people gave him a D. People, don't think he's having that kind of a season.
Ball.
I couldn't disagree more. I think I gave him an A+. I gave everyone but Jared Allen an A+ out of the core four. And I gave Jared a B. He could be a B, a B+. The thing is, he's clearly been the least impactful. So I get that. Donovan Mitchell is who I wanted to talk about, though, because would you give him an A+? I would give him an A+ personally.
I would give him an A+. I would give him probably like an A- though.
Okay.
Because I think that if Donovan doesn't, also these are like, this would be more impressive if he was using like $500, like a $600 driver to do this, as opposed to like the ones you pick up at like Play It Again Sports. But no, one of the things that I wrote this for my recent What We Learned. If Donovan doesn't buy in to the level that he has bought in, then none of this is possible. Like if he doesn't buy completely into Kenny Atkinson's system, that never gets off the ground. If he doesn't buy into Evan Mobley being more of a focal point, then Evan Mobley's still the guy he was last year. If he doesn't buy into like Darius Garland retaking like a leadership role in the offense, then Darius Garland probably is the guy he was last year. So like, I think he deserves credit for that. And then he's also putting up great individual numbers, and he's just providing what the team needs every night. Like I looked at that, that Celtics game, the Cavs had nothing. What does he do? He scores 20 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, looked awesome. At Evan Mobley's 41-point game. Who got him going early? It was Donovan Mitchell, 6 assists in the first quarter. Like really just set the stage for that incredible moment. So it's like, I think that Donovan deserves a lot of credit for like being, willing to take a lesser role. And that's hard for somebody who is in the prime years of his career to necessarily buy into, because he's 28 or 29. That's like, that's your window to like, that's your best years right there. So, I think that he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done. And he's still been a phenomenal and impactful player too. It's not like he's been a slouch in any way. He's just as good of a scorer as he's ever been. I think he's playing some of the best defense of his career. He's providing more as a rebounder. So like, I know like the assist stats aren't really that impressive, especially compared to last year, but okay. So you say Donovan could be better. Where do you think he could be better at?
I would agree that I think the one area he could be better. I think the one area he could be better is the playmaking, actually. But when you factor in, everything that you're saying there, I think Donovan accepting this role and trying to get the others involved and really, not a backseat, but accepting a lesser role and still being as good as he's been is just as impressive as the last 2 years where he's kind of just taken over completely, averaging like almost 30 a game. The fact that he's scaled it back and has still been so impactful, in my opinion, that's just as impressive. That's why I personally, I'm giving him an A plus because listen, and this is what I said on Twitter. He's the leading scorer on the best team in basketball right now. It feels kind of hard for me not to just give him the A plus there. I don't think his playmaking has been as special as it was last year, but hey, man, when you're the best player on the best team in basketball, it's kind of oversimplifying it, but that's how I felt.
I do want to say that this halftime show guy.
Thank you for saying that.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable.
But it's like unbelievably weird. Like I don't know if he's like actually good at anything, but he's doing a lot. So you got
so many things are happening right now. He's doing the red panda, but from the 3-point line, he was juggling hammers with a saw spinning in his mouth.
He's not making it look effortless. I'll say that.
No, he looks like he is focused.
Yeah. So
I haven't heard a thing else. I've been having a hard time even articulating myself. Just every time I look up, he's doing something ridiculous.
He is, but like I don't know if he's doing it like well.
You didn't make a shot.
He's doing a lot. Like he was juggling whatever he was juggling in the beginning. Catch. He kept like dropping it, and then he was juggling like the golf clubs. It was just weird.
I think he almost fell right there. Honestly.
Yeah.
On the catch.
It's not smooth. Like this is like when you see like Red Panda do it,
dude. He's getting really close to the stuff on the floor there too. Look at this. All right, now he's moving away. This is great, but it's no Tony's wall. This is almost more exciting than Red Panda though, because with Red Panda, you know she's gonna excel. This, you're like, this guy could die at any moment. It's like he could pull off that thing in any second.
He's not doing the jump down like Red Panda.
No, yeah.
You know, she just says.
I think he was higher up than Red Panda though too.
I don't know. Red Panda's up there.
I think he might have been slightly higher, but yeah. Back to what I was saying. So this was something that I thought was interesting because Mitchell. He's had some inefficient games, but he's actually shooting the second best effective field goal percentage of his career this season. And the per 36 numbers are slightly lower than his last 2 years in Cleveland, but they're still really good. Yeah. I think because he's not playing as many minutes and because he hasn't had games where he's just had to, last year they won so many games as he just completely took over. The last 2 years that happened. He hasn't done that outside of the Boston game. Yeah, and that's the thing. He doesn't have to anymore. So I think that's why some people think he's regressed. I think he's still incredible. I think he's playing so good.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the things is that the playmaking, he doesn't have the raw assist numbers.
Yeah.
And I think that's mostly because I know his usage is still really high, but when he's playing, he's kind of like just like he's getting the ball in positions where he can score and then he's just doing it. Like he's not dominating the ball the same way that he has in the past where he's like setting up everything, manipulating everything. So I think that's just a natural byproduct of that. I know his assist percentage is also lower as well. So anyways, I think that he's having a phenomenal season. And I think that, he's shown that he can take over when he needs to, but he's not overly forcing the issue. And I think that's something that I haven't had a problem with him in the past because the Cavs have been like, specifically the last 2 years, the offense has been pretty dreadful without him. And I know like Corey used to always complain about how he would take over too much in the clutch and I would get mad at him. Corey,
he had to take over,
right? That yeah, he had to. But he hasn't had those situations where it's just like, all right, Donovan, like maybe let somebody else, maybe play more within the flow of the offense. Like I think he's always been within the flow of the offense for the most part this season.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been really good. Would you agree? Darius and Evan A+? Right, they've been the two best players. Maybe Donovan might still be the best player. He's still clearly the best player on the team.
I mean, Donovan
Darius
is the
and
best
Evan
player.
Have probably. Darius and Evan are right on par with the grade, I'd assume.
I mean, I think the grade makes sense if you're basing it on expectations. Like Evan has taken a step forward. Darius is better than he's ever been. Like this is Darius' best season, and I don't think it's particularly close. So from that perspective, I guess you would say that, but I don't like Darius's best isn't as good as Donovan's like B+ game.
His A+
I would
isn't
think
as good as Donovan A+.
Yeah, so but yeah, I mean Darius has been phenomenal. So I don't want to say that he has been phenomenal.
Someone gave Darius a B-.
I
like
it.
Was just like,
that might have been me.
Come on, guys.
Me on my burner said Darius.
Well, they said Darius's scoring isn't impactful. So I don't know. I don't know what that means.
He can take more threes.
Sure, but his points are worth the same amount as everyone else's. Like his Darius 2 points is worth the same as Donovan Mitchell scoring 2 points.
I can't believe how bad that defense was from the Lakers. I feel like we've seen all of these plays live together.
Just shows we've been putting in work on playback.
We have been putting in work on playback. And Dan's been putting in work in the comments.
Yeah.
But DMO6, you've been there a lot.
It's true. A lot of people have been here a lot.
Yeah.
Kiki's been in here. BG's been in here. Demo, Derpy. Haven't seen Derpy in a little while. Derpy was in here quite a bit. Cavalier Nation was in here.
I mean, I think Derpy is more of like a
Cavs fan.
Yeah. I mean, he's in here for Cavs games.
True. Yeah, the Cavs haven't played much.
He's only here for the fries. Yeah.
That's completely true. He shows up when they're like 10 points away from the French fries.
Well, I like when you're doing the home games, I have it on just because it's good to sometimes like when I see something on the court, I want to see a replay, and then I just wait 2 minutes and see it on your guys' stream. Every comment's about the fries. I'm like, I don't know what is happening here, or like what, because I can't hear what Tony's saying, so I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but you guys seem to be having.
Well,
fun.
You're in the arena, so you should feel the energy when they get close to those free fries at 120. They need to hit 120 points.
They don't even make a big deal of it. It's not like I remember they used to for the chalupas and like way back in the day, and then like the chicken nuggets, people would like lose their minds in the arena. I don't know if there's
Derby is carrying the tradition.
Yeah, good for him.
I think you know why? It's because I don't like you have to hit 120 points. I think people lose their minds when the opponent misses the free throws because they feel like they're playing a role in it. You get really loud after they miss the first one, and then when he misses, you're like, yeah, we earned it. When they get 120, especially this year, it's like the game's been over for 5 minutes now. Cavs are just running up the score. They finally hit 120. Half the people have already left the arena trying to get ahead of traffic.
They're out
it's like JT Thor scoring the 120th point.
Out with what's his name? The uncle rapper in the street.
Yeah, he hasn't been out there recently. I think it's been cold, right?
It's been cold. There we go. Why has JA been so passive lately? Honestly, not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't really make sense because he's just not aggressive like it, and he's always going to be someone who's context dependent, and like he needs to he's not going to be creating his own shot. He's so there's other factors that's going to go into it. But maybe his ribs were messed up, but he's just like not beating a lot of like when he gets mismatches and stuff, he's just not he's not going forceful. He's just not playing with any force. And it's tough to be a big like that who's not playing with force. So yeah, it could be his ribs. Like he's not the same guy he was earlier. And I think that's definitely worth like
earlier this season.
Yeah, earlier this season, he was phenomenal. The first like 2-3 weeks, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was about to pull up his stats because I looked at this yesterday or 2 days ago. His stats in the first couple weeks versus recently, and it really paints the picture. I think so. We're gonna cut it at November 24th. So for the first, Basketball Reference loading.
Well, I had it
first 18 games here.
Yeah.
Still loading, but
well, that's why you got to use stats.nba.com. I don't know. Basketball Reference, don't use Basketball Reference.
Basketball Reference is so easy. You just click on the games and
Basketball Reference takes
you highlight
forever.
them. It's usually a lot faster when I'm not live streaming. I would have had it.
I'm just saying your life's going to be so much better when you make the switch. So
I'll have to give it a shot.
It's like the people talking like it's like the people who like 10, 15 years ago used to be like Androids are better, which used to be me. But then like you get like an iPhone, you're like, that was so dumb.
iPhone is yeah. I don't think
which
my
used to be
MacBook's
me.
So. I switched to my phone. It's because I'm live streaming. You know how it is when you open up a second tab with playback open. It's this thing.
No, because I didn't put all my money in Spencer Dinwiddie crypto.
Spencer Dinwiddie stock.
So.
Yeah.
And like
Craig
Porter Jr. Island.
Well, that we're seeing some returns this season.
And the Ice
finally.
Age.
It was a little rough.
You're just
he's shooting like 46% from the 3-point line. But okay, so Jared Allen first 18 games this season.
Points a game. Oh, I gotta turn it up so we can think about his vibes.
Oh, okay. Well, while you do that, I'm going to finally read off these stats. Jared Allen in the first 18 games was averaging, I'm going to round up, 15 points, 1 block, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. He was shooting about 70% from the field, 9 attempts per game. So about 15 points, 9 attempts per game. Since then, loading. In his 7 games since then, he's averaging just 9 points, 0.1 blocks. I think he's only blocked 1 shot in the last 7 games. He was averaging 1 a game. He's only blocked 1 in his last 7. Rebounds are down to 8.6. That's a -3. So he's -5 in points, but not blocking any shots, -3 in rebounds. And he's only taking 6 shots a game. So he's -3 in shots too. Just a huge decrease across the board there. I don't really know why. He looks out of it. He just doesn't look engaged or active. I don't think that it's because he's unsatisfied with his role. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, but he doesn't seem like the guy who would get upset over that. So I don't think that's what it is. The defense hasn't been good. He's good enough. Like he's a good enough rim protector, vertical contest. He did a good job on Jokic, but it's just been he's been out of place at times. Maybe he's sick and getting through it. Maybe there's an injury. Maybe it's the ribs. Who knows? Jarrett kind of has stretches like this throughout every year, it feels like. So I think overall, it's a optimistic spin here. I think the reality is he is now the 4th best player on the Cavs. And for the last 2 seasons, he was their 2nd best player. Honestly, like Donovan and him carried them through a lot of Darius Garland having a really bad year.
Darius was the 2nd best player 2 years ago.
But when you combine the 2 years, and I agree with that. I agree. Darius was the best player, second best player in Donovan Mitchell's first season. It was Darius Garland. But when you combine those 2 years, Darius had, the horrific drop off. Evan Mobley, not quite there yet. Jared Allen was probably the second most important player.
Remember we had like a whole podcast talking about how Darius Garland's better than Jalen Brunson just for Jalen Brunson absolutely cooked the Cavs.
Yeah, well,
for 5 games.
At the time, it didn't seem that crazy. At the time, Jalen had not. That was like Jalen Brunson's breakout playoff performance. All of a sudden, we realized how good he was. So I stand by everything I said.
How are the Knicks going to win? They don't even have like the 4th best player in the series because you have Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen.
Anyways. That's what it felt like entering the damn series, but we know how that played out. But yeah, to wrap up the Jared Allen thing, I just think he's settling into this role as the 4th most important player.
And
he's got to be more aggressive.
Have you looked at the Cavs numbers when Evan Mobley's the only center on the court?
I think did you tweet them or I saw them from you?
I put them on Corey's post. People were yelling at Corey's post.
I checked it out today when you guys texted about it, and then I saw
98th percentile.
Well, so I have a theory though, to be honest with you. I wonder how much of that is skewed a little bit by Ty Jerome just being unbelievable with those second units to start the year.
You can filter that out, bro.
Oh, we should try it. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't have any effect.
Yeah,
but either way,
filter that out.
Either way, Mobley's been very, very good as the lone center. Allen's just been like barely breaking above even. He's like 0.02 or something, right?
Yeah, he's barely above even with when Mobley's out.
Yeah, so that's the key right there. Is Allen because last year they were dominating.
Last year, those units were like phenomenal.
Exactly. That's the key. Allen has to be really aggressive in those moments.
I think I don't have it in front of me, but I'm pretty sure it's like the offense is in like the 80th percentile when it's Allen, but no Mobley, but like the defense just sucks, which is odd. Okay, so
he's been a tad slow.
Evan Mobley on, Jared Allen off.
And take off Ty Jerome. I'm just curious. Maybe it doesn't have any effect.
They're in the 100th percentile.
Oh, well, there you go. I guess it didn't matter. I thought maybe that played into it.
I think it's the Karis LeVert is probably the guy. Like when Karis LeVert's on the court, everybody's just better. Like, let me filter out Karis LeVert instead of Ty Jerome. And then it goes to 91st percentile. So let me see if maybe like Jared Allen just doesn't play a lot with Karis LeVert.
For some reason, I thought that maybe I'm wrong. I thought Mobley was on the court when Ty Jerome went crazy against Golden State and then like the New Orleans game, but maybe Mobley wasn't even on the court. I don't remember.
I think cleaning the glass might take those minutes out. So like Jared Allen's numbers do look better when Karis LeVert's out there. He doesn't play with Karis LeVert often. So Jared Allen plus LeVert minus Mobley is in the 78th percentile. So maybe that could be like leading to it. Just he's playing with a bunch of bad lineups. So like if Jared Allen is on, Evan Mobley off, Karis LeVert is off, these numbers are going to be bad. Yeah, they're in the 17th percentile in those situations. So like the most used lineup is Garland, Jerome, Okoro, Wade, and Allen. That hasn't been good. A lot of Niang lineups in there. So could be he's just being saddled with some bums. That could be the case. He doesn't get a lot of Donovan Mitchell minutes either.
That's the big thing, is that pairing last year was so incredible, and Kenny's really trying to round it out and work on, let's get Mitchell and Mobley and figure that out too, and try and figure out if we can get the Garland Allen combination. So this is something to keep an eye on, I would say, because I think it could continue this way throughout the year, or we could see a course correction at some point. So I'm not concerned yet. I still gave Jarrett like a B+ grade. I gave Karis LeVert an A+. I think he's playing at an A+.
Yeah,
he's been great.
He deserves an A++. Or an S, as Dan says.
You know, Karis LeVert is shooting 64. His effective field goal percentage is 64%. How much higher is that compared to his previous best season?
I think it was like 52.
Yeah, you're right. It's 12% better. So
listen,
nailed it. Cleaning the glass pro. I got that from Basketball Reference.
What do you think I do all day?
Yeah, but hey, man, Karis has been awesome.
Yeah.
I would say comfortably the best player on the bench for Cleveland. I know Ty Jerome had his moment, but it's Karis.
Yeah.
It's Karis.
We did get really excited with Ty Jerome's moment, though. Like, we definitely milked it for what it was worth.
We earned it.
You earned it. I wouldn't say I earned it.
No, I think Cavs fans in general did, but I mean, I could take the credit for it. Sure, I knew it all along. No, Kobe Altman earned it. He was telling us for 2 years straight that this dude is amazing. He's like, you didn't see him in September, man. You didn't see him in training camp. He can ball.
Yeah, and when they asked for $50 million, they're going to Kobe's going to walk that all back. Is there any chance the Cavs get Cam Johnson? It's tough because Cam Johnson's contract is pretty hefty.
So, it sounds like they want a lot of draft picks for him too, which we don't have.
But I don't think so. Like, everybody wants a lot of draft picks. I don't think people are moving draft picks. I
guess we'll
much.
See. I wouldn't
the
be
problem,
surprised if a team overpays.
I think the biggest problem is trying to get the money to work.
Yeah.
So I think that like they would have to. One of the things is that I think the Cavs could use a 4-5 more than they could use a 3-4, kind of. So it can
Larry Nance Jr.
But the problem with Larry Nance Jr. is he's
I thought you were just going to ignore it.
They need a 4-5. They need a 4-5. Larry Nance Jr. is a 5-4, but a 5 on offense and a 4 on defense, which is the last thing they need. So at that point, you might as well just get somebody who sucks.
Thunder on a roll,
which would be sorry.
I don't want to disrupt Cavs corner, but I felt like we should talk about the run they're on, opening up the half strong.
Listen, it's in our contracts that if it gets to a 20-point game, we just cut the feed.
Also, we're not falling for the pump and dump with Vucevic. I'm sorry, we're not buying high on him.
No Vucci, man.
But I hope that the Bulls are able to get off that right now because things are looking good. Get ready to learn Jonathan Kuminga. I doubt they would.
That would be a great trade.
That would be great for Chicago.
For the Bulls, yeah.
Yeah. I doubt Golden State
Warriors would be insane.
Who's a realistic option for backup? I've genuinely heard Larry Nance a lot, but I don't know if they'll be able to get him. PED Tristan Thompson is always going to be there for you.
I don't think Herb is the only one on the Pelicans that like you can convince yourself if you're a Pelicans fan is going to be on the next good Pelicans team. So I don't know.
I like Trey Murphy too, though.
Yeah, but still. So it's like I don't know.
If I'm New Orleans, I'm not trading Herb or Trey Murphy. I would get rid of Brandon Ingram.
Well, check this out. I think that they would love to get rid of Brandon Ingram. That's
I know.
The problem.
That's their issue. I said this on another stream, but I hate when the bad teams have all the wings. Why does New Orleans have all these damn wings?
I was told wings get wins. Can I get a fact check on that?
Well, the thing is, you got to have them on the floor. You got to have at least one of them on the floor. They had
facts don't care about your feelings.
They had crazy lineups out there. Did you see the Isaac Okoro fan club account, which, we appreciate pushing the agenda, but they got into a little kerfuffle with Carmelo Anthony?
I appreciate that you said we, because that means that you are part of the Isaac Okoro fan club Twitter admin. So I appreciate that. But no, I haven't. I have not seen anything.
He got into an argument with the Carmelo Anthony because he said that Brandon Ingram was just modern day Carmelo, which is very disrespectful to Carmelo Anthony.
So did he just tweet that, or did he tweet it at someone?
No, he didn't even add Carmelo Anthony. He just tweeted it he was like replying to someone about how I'll send it in here so you guys can see it. He basically was just disrespecting Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo replied with the laughing emojis, and then he tried to make the case. The Okoro fan club did it. I don't think Melo replied again.
I respect that.
I respect it, but also really, Brandon Ingram is nowhere near prime Carmelo.
No, prime Carmelo.
But I do respect it.
Prime Carmelo, the problem with him is that he was the end of an era. Anyway, Carmelo was a phenomenal player, even if you don't have to like it. But it is tough. It is always scary when you see the tweet leave the orbit and then it gets picked up by the wrong orbit.
Yeah. Well, Isaiah Thomas saw our pod. Well, I don't know if he actually watched the pod, but he saw us. We did our least favorite Cavaliers of all time. And I think he was in the thumbnail, and he replied to that with the laughing emoji or something. So
how did I miss that?
I felt very bad. I was like, I don't dislike him personally. I didn't think he was going to see that.
Did he really? That's pretty sweet. I don't think I said any.
Yeah.
I don't think I said anything bad about Isaiah Thomas. I think that was Corey.
I think I think I also picked him. No, I picked Jay Crowder, but he was in the thumbnail. So
who did I pick? I don't think I picked Isaiah Thomas.
You might have picked Jay Crowder. I don't know.
I don't think I picked Jay Crowder either. I don't know who I picked.
Guards 3-team deal just dropped. Like another trade. I'm not a big baseball bro, but I did watch them in the playoffs, and that was life-changing.
You watched them. We were like potting, and you're like, I got to go watch the Guardians game, and it was like the bottom of the 8th inning. So you watched like 6 total innings.
The best moments. Dude, that playoff baseball though, man. Wow. Very fun.
Yeah, I'm a Pirates fan. The Pirates have never made a move. Oh, the Pirates are. Now I got to look this up.
Oh, they're involved. That's hilarious.
We do have a lot of pitching.
So what do we think of the Guards trade? Because I don't know ball.
We have 0 bats.
Is this a good trade, bad trade? What are you guys thinking?
All right. Luis Ortiz is fine.
Bad trade. I did see fans seemed upset on Twitter.
I'm not sure who Michael Kennedy is. He's in the deal.
I heard the argument that they were getting off a contract.
Okay, Spencer Horwitz. The Pirates haven't had a good first baseman since they've never had a good first baseman. Literally in my lifetime, Kevin Young, he played in like 1998. He's the best first baseman I've seen for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Josh Bell, people thought Josh Bell was good. Josh Bell's not good. I mean, no, we're not. You can't be a good first baseman if he had so many errors. It's so hard to be like, anyways. I'm not going to talk about Josh Bell. Not going to make me do it. I mean, he should get a crack at the Pirates' first base job. I mean, they're not bringing back Rowdy Tellez, who they cut. They cut him. He was 3 at-bats away from getting like a season-long bonus, and they cut him like with like 4 games left in the season. They're just some bad guys. They're bad people.
That's awful.
They're bad people. So they're not a respectable organization. They are what Chris Manning thinks the Cleveland Cavaliers are. So they're bad.
But while we were talking about the Cavaliers, the Thunder are running away with this game. Doing a really good job on Luka. I don't know if he scored tonight. I remember him getting 2 at least, and I'm sure he has more than that, but it just does not feel like he's gotten anything.
They almost got Caruso almost got lively on that like 3-point pump fake.
Yeah, and then he got packed. Yeah, Kobe Altman must be feeling pretty good right now. It's still early, but
no.
Man's got to be feeling pretty vindicated.
I hate it when people complain about the Guardians. The Guardians are probably the best run organization in all of like American sports.
I have no comment here because I don't know ball. I don't know baseball.
They are always relevant. You guys and they spend $0. You don't know how lucky you are. You don't know how good you guys have it. Like, shut up. Just trust them. They make every single move they make is like 1,000% correct. So, the owner's cheap. I got that, but he could be a lot cheaper. So,
who has it worse than Guards fans, man? Who has it
everyone?
Worse than us?
Literally everyone,
except the Yankees.
All right, we may need to kick you out of this chat.
Oh man, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's tough.
Listen, Guards Fest, that sounds corny. So do you even want to go to Guards Fest?
Maybe. Don't knock it till you try it. Can I say something? I actually I kind of like this court.
What have you been doing for the last 2 hours, Tony? I just want to ask that first.
No, I'm saying that I want to get this takeoff. I actually kind of like this court. This is a good balance of colors. It's not too bright. I like the accent of whatever, the ball in the middle there looks good.
I'll co-sign that. I mean, I wouldn't sign up for this, but it's better than.
But of the NBA Cup courts, nice 2-man game right there.
Many are saying Spencer Dinwiddie's really good.
Listen, man, I'm cashing out. I'm walking away with something.
I mean, I don't know what, but sure.
All right, good defense from the Mavs. See if they can cut it to 10, as many people say. See, Luka looks comfortable now. He likes that matchup. Missed the shot, but he's able to use his size a little bit there. Yeah, can we see? I'm going to pull up the box score. I want to see what Luka's got. Oh, there it is. 4 points, 1 for 9 shooting.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. He's got 9 shots up. That's a lot of shots. It's pretty solid.
That's actually not a lot of shots.
Yeah. 4 points, though. 4 points, Jackson.
I mean, I think Klay Thompson is outscoring him.
Yeah, he is. Because he had
Alex Caruso has taken more threes than Luka has taken shots.
Yeah.
Can't play great defense without communication. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. It should at least be Thursday. It has been a long week.
No Cavs until Friday.
I'm not even going to be there.
You're going to be in Vegas, living it up.
Well, I'm going to actually be on a Frontier airplane at that time, so I will not be living.
Yeah, I remember your dilemma.
Yeah,
it's not too bad of a flight. What is it, 3 hours? Probably about 3.5 hours.
4 hours. Yeah, it's not. It's not a bad flight.
Yeah, I flew to LA, and it was about 4 hours. It's not too bad. Shea buried a 3. Yeah. Hey, I will say the sun came out the last few days. Not the last 2 days, but over the weekend it did. I mean, it was 50 degrees, sunny. Saturday. Yeah, the weekend was really nice is what I mean. And it's supposed to be 50 next week. So hopefully we get some, listen, global warming sucks, but there are some benefits. There are some moments where I'm like, this is kind of tight.
Today I think was the worst possible day.
Oh, it's just so ugly outside.
Yeah.
Raining all day, no sun, gets dark at 4. It's pretty bad. Very foggy. I tried walking Apollo, got halfway down the block, and it just started pouring. So I was like, all right, cool. Right at the halfway point. But you know what? Winter starts December 21st. That's the shortest day of the year. After that, we start gaining about 1 minute of daylight every day, guys.
So this is still March. Fall. So please keep that in mind still when fall, you're talking about what the best
fall is still a goated season. But like Demo said, pretty soon it's going to be all uphill from here. All right. You gain about a minute a day of sunshine. I'll be honest with you, January, February suck, but you do start gaining daylight. March, you hit that daylight savings. All of a sudden, you're really cooking. It's not getting dark till 7. April's right around the corner. May, it starts really getting warm. The trees are back. There's actually life outside. It's not just some desolate wasteland. And then you get to enjoy summer. So we just got to bunker down for the next 2.5 months, guys. We can do it.
The All-Star game is all like February is tough because especially when they stop playing basketball games because there's nothing no football anymore.
Not a single thing going on.
All-Star break is just like, and then you try to hype yourself up for the All-Star game and the All-Star game sucks and you're just like, what am I doing?
A horrible month.
Yeah.
At least it's short, right?
What about XFL? That's a great question.
Oh,
we so picked the wrong
Isaiah
name.
Joe. 2 first names burying it from almost the logo.
Isaiah Woe.
Big shot. Yeah, OKC running away with it now.
I wanted to see the Mavs win. So I guess I can't have it all.
Yeah. You're gonna see the Thunder.
I will see the Thunder.
Speak to Hartenstein, Cavs legend. Yeah, this is a worse game than the last one. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's way worse.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm gonna say last game was pretty ugly. It was just more competitive. This is a less competitive game.
I mean, Dame hit that big shot late.
It's true, but like that. Are you talking about the dunk where Batazzi just said, "Yeah, I'm not guarding him"?
No, he hit a 3.
Okay.
I actually missed that part because I was
the go-ahead basket was horrible. Halftime entertainment was crazy, but Dame's go-ahead basket was just a wide open layup. Just drove straight in. Batazzi was like, "I can't leave Bobby Portis. I'm running to the corner." So it's just pretty bad. But yeah, that game was better.
And it's late.
This one hasn't been a bore though, which is good.
That's because I've had such great comments. Oh, you were talking about the floss. That guy brought it back out.
Was he doing?
He was.
It. What is this kid holding?
I don't know. I think they're also using, exploiting
like a fake phone,
exploiting child labor. But this kid's not going along with it. He says, "I'm a child. I'm gonna suck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do what you want."
Was the fake phone necessary for this? Probably not.
I don't think any of this is necessary. Please explain why it was necessary.
Oh, it's about the Thunder. I never knew they did that. That's kind of cool. Start of the fourth quarter, storming. It's not as good as Ahmad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for analysis.
I mean, this is like 100 times worse than Ahmad.
It's just cool when you can.
It's the fourth quarter.
It's it's cool when you can include your team's branding into it in a unique way.
I just always felt bad for Ahmad, like when it was like a tanking team and it's down 30.
He's trying to rally the troops. Yeah. This game's not over yet. We're about to be the fight. Checking into the game.
Be the fight. Be the fight was a good one.
Be the fight. Yeah, well, the problem was they pulled it at a bad time when they didn't have any fight in them.
Yeah, they should have just used like #Cavs.
Cavs.
#wins and lessons. That's what they should have.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Chet flex.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren.
And hang out with Jackson.
People didn't Let Him Know when it came out. I think it's turned into a meme now. People love it.
I still Let Him Know. I think Donovan. I like it. I think Donovan has saved Let Him Know.
He's built the reputation, but I remember people didn't like it. I know some people were like, people who don't watch Cavs would ask me like, "What does that even mean?" I'm like, "Well,
you got to let them know.
Letting them know. Yeah, you're just letting them know." Yeah, Let Him Know when it first came out was a little sketchy.
Well,
for a bad team. But I think it was the 21 season, right?
I thought it was Donovan's first season.
I don't know why I thought it was the 21-22 because we got off to a hot start, but we weren't expecting to be good.
Dan, when you say yep and nope, we don't know what you're talking about.
I got it, Dan. He was saying, "Yep, that's the 21 season." Nope, it's not Donovan's first season. Bang. See, me and Dan are on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, we've established that Dan doesn't know everything.
Okay. See, this is Jackson. He tears you down when it doesn't fit his agenda. 20-point game, just like that.
I mean,
I was wondering the same thing, BG.
I mean, it depends.
I think most teams do have a motto, but I don't know if it's
hashtag see red.
That's Chicago, right? Yeah, I feel like most teams don't change it very often.
It is funny. So like for pregame press conferences, the opposing team, they always set up their own little backdrop for the coach to sit in front of. And like every team has like varying sizes, but like the Bulls size is like this big. Like it's like it just says like hashtag see red, but it's like this big. Like if what's his name? If like Billy Donovan's not like directly in front, you can't like, you're not even seeing his little backdrop. So I always think that's really funny how cheap they are.
Trying to see if I can find these NBA mottos.
Yeah, no one can say the Bulls uniforms are bad.
Okay, this is the Google AI speaking, but apparently Minnesota's...
Do you use Google AI a lot for somebody who says Google AI sucks?
I just typed it into Google and it's the first thing that shows up. I don't...
say.
Normally in life, I would scroll right past the AI, but since we're live and we're putting on a show, I think it's funny to read the AI, okay?
All right.
I think that's why. And this is... you'll see why I couldn't pass this up. Apparently, the Timberwolves slogan is bring the nice. Bring the nice. Is that true?
That can't be true.
Sounds like a pretty bad slogan. This says Suns, hashtag Suns up. Okay, this is not the...
Suns up. It probably created its own.
The Golden State Warriors slogan is, quote, always close enough to hurt. This is the official motto for the 24-25 Warriors. Right. That can't be it, right?
I'm reading
it's strength in numbers.
All right, I'm reading the 2022 playoff slogans. I have a list of this from our friends at Golden State of Mind, a good SB Nation Warriors blog. The Phoenix Suns was hashtag Rally the Valley.
Yeah.
Memphis Grizzlies, mem this.
Suns up.
I don't know about that one. Mavericks was Dallas in. Jazz take note. Nuggets
take note.
5,280 relentless.
That's bad, by the way. They're using how high up they are, the elevation. They're overdoing it.
Ooh, do we have a basketball game?
Comeback season.
Timberwolves, we're all raised by wolves. Okay. The Heat, white hot playoffs. Celtic pride. Fear the deer. Philly unite. We the North, see red, Nets level. What does that even mean? It's a bad one.
The AI's motto. Oh, what was it? Close enough to always hurt. Always close enough to hurt. There's no way that's the Warriors motto. That's way too long. It's not catchy. What does it even mean? I don't even know if that's a good one.
The AI
does that even mean a good thing for your team? Dallas Mavericks are one for all. New Orleans won NOLA, according to Google AI. Boston Celtics, this one's true. Different here. Is there...
Yeah, I think that was the most recent one, yeah.
Yeah, that one's real.
There you go, yeah. Take it to the Nets level. Okay, I got it.
Oh, yeah. The tanking strategy. Okay, here's a Reddit post saying corniest team slogans in the NBA. And I'm just gonna see if any of them. We've already named a lot of these. Gold-blooded from the Warriors was a little corny. Minnesota Timberwolves were all raised by wolves. Again, too long to be a slogan.
That is
too long. Fear the deer. That's not corny. That's okay.
They're copying Fear the Sword.
Yeah, true.
Who's copying?
How much can you fear a deer, though? Is my question. It's a good slogan, but how scary are deers? I guess
when you're driving, deers are about as scary as it gets. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're about to demolish the deer. That's why it's scary.
And you're about to demolish your car. So
yeah.
It's like mutual destruction. Yeah, I like Fear the Deer.
Okay. Yeah, I like it too. I'm not hating. I just
you are hating.
We the North is a good one. We the North is good. Memphis is bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
People take note on this Reddit page.
All right,
Dallas in.
R.I.P. to that deer.
Dallas was all in, but it was the word Dallas in, and then they highlighted inside of Dallas all in. Get it?
Yeah.
Someone said Cleveland.
R.I.P. to the deer. R.I.P. to the car. R.I.P.
Cleveland, dig that sweet Cuyahoga glow. I don't know what's going on in this Reddit page. They clearly don't know. No one let them know.
No one let them know. That's why Dominus tweet it out every day.
All right. See if Dallas can get it back to within 10. Another really difficult shot. 10. Yeah. Somehow makes that. Sweet Cuyahoga glow is crazy. I don't even know what that means. That was someone on Reddit, though, not like a official Cavs thing.
Obviously.
Just wanted to clarify. Yeah, the river caught fire, but still.
Bang. Okay. 8 points. Lock in, Tony.
I was unfamiliar with Prosper's game, but he's out here balling. I think he's outscoring Luka.
Prospering.
Yeah.
Well, probably because the screen's so small you can't see it.
Dinwiddie assist. Let's go.
We can unlock now, guys.
It's still 10. Anything within 10 is a game, as we know. Do they not have a focus group that could tell them that this coaching thing was a horrible idea? This Cam? They didn't test this with anybody?
The focus group.
Single person?
I wish we could watch the 2K Cam. Did you see that on Twitter?
I did see the 2K Cam. Did you see I think the Christmas Day games, there's going to be a Disney feed, kind of like what the NFL just did with The Simpsons. Pretty sure there's going to be a Disney feed for one of the games. Yeah. So that would be great. I saw Lisa absolutely mixed up Homer for the win right there. It was crazy. Homer was looking like a fool.
Poor guy.
They had that on at the gym today. They were playing that version of it, the replay. I was like, okay, nice. And do the Mickey outline on the screen. That's going to be fun. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm sure people will enjoy it. I'll see the clips.
I haven't been able to watch a Christmas Day game in so long.
I'll get to catch the night games.
Because it's especially after football started putting the games on, I cannot get the games on. I can't get my family to put the games on. It's bad.
Yeah.
So I have to watch it on my phone, and then it's what are we doing here? So it's bad. Football.
It was good when the Cavs played, though, because then I could convince everyone to put it on. Yeah. It's the Cavs versus Warriors.
Right.
I remember absolutely sitting on the edge of the couch Christmas Day 2017, nervous as hell. That was a great game.
I was at that game.
One of the best games of all time.
The best game of all time.
Legitimately has a case, I think. Regular season games, unbelievable.
People forget DeAndre Liggins started that game.
Oh my God. People did that. I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. People forget. I know Dan didn't forget. Dan's my guy.
They need to stop. See if they can get it. Good defense. You'll live with it. Oh, you don't want that.
He's a fake good shooter. Dig it.
Open in the corner though. That's the thing. Even Isaac Okoro will make you pay from there.
He will make you
Okoro's
pay.
A good shooter now, by the way.
He's a good shooter from the corner.
I think he's becoming a good. He's ascending, but that's beside the point.
We'll talk about that later. Marshall's doing a lot.
Too easy. You had Luka in the corner of the whole possession. If you're OKC, that's what you want. Have Marshall try to put it on the floor, pick this pocket, coast to coast, nice alley-oop there. Just a crazy team. Yeah, we might be able to unlock.
Yeah.
Resounding run right there to put the game back out of reach for now.
Yeah. Man, all of these in-game entertainments, they all suck compared to Ahmad.
Yeah, it's hard to find an announcer with that much charisma.
Yeah. Nobody has the juice. The best game was when me and B. Gonzalez went to Cavs Celtics 2018 Game 4 Eastern Conference Finals, and we went with my dad, and we spent the whole day saying "true" to each other, like really annoying. And then 2 Chainz came out during a timeout and saying like 2 seconds of "I'm different" and then said "true," and my dad was so confused. So that was great. So when Unreal. we had no idea 2 Chainz would just randomly be there, but Cleveland was a happening place then.
It really was.
We were sitting in like the very last row, like the flag was above us.
Best seats in the house.
Because they have like, if you're in the last row at like Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, the queue, like they have that like padding behind you almost. You know what I'm talking about?
I've been there before. I've been there a few times in my days.
Yeah, so
all the way up against the wall.
We were, all the way up, yeah. But it was a fun game. The Cavs won easily.
Mm. Yeah, during the second LeBron era, I went to plenty of Cavs games all the way up at the top.
Yeah, they get a huge yellow shirt.
Yeah. Play the game right there. We just saw it. They're just so athletic. Everyone on this team is so athletic.
Yeah. They're just all complete basketball players. All athletic basketball players. Stuff. And they just all complement each other so well. Like that skill set, if you just like the more you get together, the more like supercharged they are. Like I don't know how good like if you put like Isaiah Joe on the Cavs, is he like making the Cavs as useful? Probably not, but
no Chet. And he's arguably their second best player. So it's just I'm
a big Chet guy.
I think OKC wins the West. Would you agree? It could get tough. You never know what's going to happen.
It'd be
my pick.
I mean, I think the offense is still a little suspect.
I think you can get enough out of Shea creating and J-Dub continuing to improve. I believe in the progression.
I think it's like the offense is just it's much easier to like optimize your defense for a particular playoff matchup than it is to optimize like your offense, if that makes sense, especially if you have like a bad offense. Yeah. So I think we kind of saw that last year against the Mavs where like the offense just kept stalling out. So I think that having an elite defense, like I've talked about this before, one of the things that I think is if you have an elite defense, it's the easiest way to get a bunch of regular season wins because nobody can like, you know, the level of game planning and stuff like that isn't there in the regular season. So you can just kind of get by on that. Whereas in the playoffs, I think it's a lot tougher to get by just on that end. So they are not like a bad offense, but it feels like it's always elite offenses or mediocre offenses with like one like tier one superstar. And like I know SGA is a top player, like a really good player, but I don't know if he's like Giannis level or Jokic level where he can just be like an offense to himself in the playoffs.
Does Luka on the Thunder instead of SGA make them better or worse?
That would be the best.
Jackson.
They'd be like the best team in the league. I mean, they'd be like Luka? They would win. They'd be much better than the Celtics.
I don't know. I don't want to overthink it because Luka's clearly the better player, but I do think this team has been built in a special way around SGA and what he can provide on both ends of the floor. So I wonder how seamlessly, because they're not completely spaced out with like the best shooters. They don't have like that athletic rolling big man. Hartenstein can get you there and Chet when he's healthy, but he's not like a Derek Lively type really in terms of just like setting those bone crushing screens.
I don't think Luka needs a Derek. Like Luka would.
I think he runs so much pick and roll though. Like I think he needs an elite roller.
They get like, so much
vertical threat.
They get so much in like the broken court situations after turnovers and stuff. I think their defense would still be elite because if you have 4 elite defenders out there, you're going to be really good. So I think they'd be a lot better. I mean, Luka's good.
I wonder more about the offense if Luka's process, because you look at how the Mavs are constructed. They just put a bunch of shooters around him, and then Kyrie who can take some of the load. With this Thunder team, he doesn't really have the shooters around him like that.
Yeah, but I mean, the Thunder, everyone is multifaceted in a way that they aren't on the Mavericks. So it's not like you can like just leave people on an island.
Yeah,
you know, like even like
does Luka give up the ball the way? I mean, Luka's a fantastic playmaker, but he's so heliocentric. I'm not going to overthink it because Luka's the better player, so I'll say he probably makes them a much better team. But I don't know. I think it's interesting.
I think
good question. I think
you know, yeah, they'd be much better. I know that the Mavericks would be a considerably worse team if they just switched.
Bring the Nice is real. Wow. I just don't understand it. Whoa.
I do appreciate you going through and finding that.
I appreciate you verifying that.
Yes.
I just don't understand what is the point of that slogan? What are you attempting to say?
I think Minnesota people are nice. I think that's a stereotype.
But I mean, that's your slogan?
Yeah, you've heard of Minnesota nice, yeah.
But in a competitive context, you know?
I mean, the team just traded for Julius Randle willingly. So they're not doing everything that you'd want them to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Julius Randle sucks.
Yeah, I think that's a bad motto. All right, I mean, it's not completely over yet.
It's over.
But Dallas is going to need stops.
230.
It's only 11 points.
Yeah, but there's only 2:30 left. You know, like if you're just holding on to the ball for 24 seconds,
that's not a safe
it's hard.
lead in today's NBA though.
Yeah, Vince Carter gif. It's over.
2 3-pointers and you're right there.
You know, Donovan Mitchell has a Vince Carter gif. You can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people should tweet that out more. That's a good gif.
You got to bring it back to life.
The problem is he's wearing like a Raptors jersey.
Yeah, he's wearing the Vince jersey.
Yeah. Marshall's just doing so much.
I was gonna say that worked out, but that's not the look you want. Yeah, Tracy McGrady's about to be channeled off the bench. The spirit of Tracy McGrady is gonna enter him, and then he's gonna pass it off to Klay Thompson. All right. Game time. Now it's over. Now you're done.
It was over. Like, you just have to do so many bad things.
I didn't say that it was likely. I just said that it was still possible.
We've talked about this enough that anybody who was with us for that Hawks game.
Hey man, they were down 9 with about 1:40. That's very doable. Now it's over.
Not doable. I get like it's within the realm of possibilities. It's not doable.
I think it's doable for a Dallas Mavericks team with Klay, like Kyrie, and Luka on the floor.
I think like doable is like whatever.
See, BG's with me.
He's an idiot.
Oh, in and out right there. All right, so we got OKC moving on and Milwaukee moving on.
Yeah. I think that's probably what we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, just steal the inbound 4 times. Well, the problem is they'd be scoring 4 times, which that'd be an issue. Oh, never mind. I'm tired. Yeah, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Can we get one more Jason Kidd cam? Just for good measure. Dante Exum, Cavs legend, unavailable tonight. It's actually unfortunate that he got hurt. He had such a good year last year.
I mean, just let me know now. Listen, we're doing this tomorrow. You know, you can let me know tomorrow.
Hawks, Knicks.
I'll put it all in like a notebook. 2 teams we love. There. We love the Hawks. We love the Knicks.
Yeah, it's fun. We watched Hawks or Raptors, Knicks, 2 teams that we hate. And we're replacing the Raptors with another team that we hate. I hate the Hawks more than I hate the Raptors, honestly.
I hate the Raptors more, but I don't like the Hawks.
I think recency bias for my hatred with the Hawks.
Does
the last few years?
Does Brad have a Twitter? Brad Doherty?
I think he does.
We should all tweet him when like the Knicks beat the Hawks.
Leave Brad alone, man. Leave him alone.
Brad might have Brad might have started a war against me. Okay,
when Brad's watching an NBA game, half the time he's cooking cheeseburgers and he has it on in the background. All right, he's not paying attention to what's going on.
He might have taken shots at me.
Leave Brad alone.
So I can take shots back.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, there it
is.
There
we go. Thank you.
I thought he had one.
I walked past him in the hallway the other day. He had the audacity to say hi. I was like, I'm not saying hi to you, Brad. No, I did say hi, but I was gritting my teeth.
Passive aggressive Jackson.
This young man has been working so hard on that shot this summer at Flipsburger.
I'm telling you, man, he's not paying attention to the game when he's at home.
You know, that's just a healthy work-life balance, really.
That would be kind of funny if he really didn't even watch the games where he wasn't broadcasting.
He doesn't.
He might not. I believe he watches the Cavs games. I don't think he watches many regular NBA games, though.
So.
But I don't know.
I don't think so.
We can't be too hard on Brad. I like Brad. We're too hard on him on this broadcast, all right?
I don't think Brad on playback. Brad on playbook would be electric.
Would be unhinged.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, pretty solid game. Did get carries. They ran away with it in the third quarter. Yeah.
It was a fine. I think everything, it peaked at the guy who was doing the unicycle. That was like the peak. Like it all was leading to that moment, and then after that, it was like, woo. Also, we lost Tony. So I may need to wrap it up without Tony. He's gone. Yeah, everything else sucked, but you guys didn't suck. So thank you for being here, everyone in the chat. We had a lot of fun. We're gonna do this again tomorrow. It looks like Spencer Dinwiddie silenced Tony after that performance. So that's where Tony went. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. We'll do this again tomorrow. One of our contributors, Oren, has something fun coming out on Fear the Sword tomorrow. So please sure to check that out tomorrow. And if you haven't read Corey's article about Jared Allen, go do that. And yeah, unless Tony's back in the next 2 seconds, I'm just going to cut this off. Tony, are you back? Oh, no.
Hello? Am I here?
Yes, you're here. Do you have anything you wanted to say?
I'm working and I joined back. Yeah, I agree with everything Jackson said. I didn't hear anything he said, but thanks for being here, guys. We'll be here tomorrow. If you're not already following, I think everyone in here is already following, but if you're not, become a member, hit that follow. It's free. And hell yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Junkyard Pod, Tony did an episode with Danny.
We're replacing Jackson already. We already agreed to a new contract.
I mean, Danny's not as cool as me, but it's Kobe Altman loves Danny, so make it out of what you will. So anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Go
Cavs.
I agree. Go Cavs.